Picture this, a crowded bar, neon lights flickering, the air thick with the buzz of strangers and secrets. A woman stands in the corner, her eyes burning with a mix of anger and heartbreak, her fingers trembling around a half-empty glass. She's just been betrayed, shattered by someone she trusted with her whole soul. And in that moment, she makes a choice that changes everything. She walks up to a complete stranger, a guy she's never seen before, and kisses him. Not a shy peck, but a bold, reckless, all-in kiss that screams defiance. Why? Revenge. Pure, raw, get-even revenge. But here's the kicker. What if that impulsive kiss, that split-second act of rebellion, wasn't just a fleeting moment? What if it was the spark that set her life on a whole new path, leading her to a future she never could have imagined? Welcome to my video, She Kissed a Stranger for Revenge, never knowing he'd become her new beginning. If you're here, you're probably wondering how a single kiss could unravel a woman's entire world and rebuild it into something extraordinary. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to get the answers you came for, and trust me, they're worth it. I'm going to take you on a wild ride through love, betrayal, and the kind of plot twists that'll leave you speechless. So let's dive in and unpack the story together, because I know you're already hooked. Let's get real for a second. You've been there, haven't you? Maybe not kissing a stranger in a bar, but that moment when your emotions take the wheel, and you do something totally out of character because you're just done. You're hurt, you're angry, and you want to take back control, even if it's messy. That's exactly where our girl, Emily, is at. She's 28, living in Chicago, with a smile that could light up a room and a heart that's been through the ringer. Emily's the kind of person you'd meet at a coffee shop and instantly vibe with. She's relatable, a little sarcastic, and fiercely loyal. But loyalty can be a double-edged sword, and for Emily, it's just cost her everything. Her boyfriend of 3 years, Jake, the guy she thought was her forever, cheated on her with her best friend. Yeah, you heard that right. Her best friend. The betrayal hits her like a freight train, leaving her questioning everything she thought she knew about love, trust, and herself. You can feel her pain, can't you? That gut punch moment when the people you love most let you down. It's universal, and it's why you're going to root for Emily so hard in this story. But this isn't just about her heartbreak, it's about what she does next, that kiss that flips the script. And I promise you, every single one of you watching is going to want to know who this stranger is and why that moment matters so much. So don't you dare click away, because I'm about to pull you into Emily's world, and you're not going to want to leave until you know how this all plays out. Now, let's talk about that stranger for a minute. He's not just some random guy in a bar, though Emily doesn't know that yet. His name's Lucas, and he's got this quiet confidence, a crooked smile, and eyes that seem to see right through you. He's 30, a graphic designer with a knack for finding beauty in chaos, and he's at that bar for reasons of his own. Reasons I'm not going to spill just yet, because where's the fun in that? Let's just say Lucas is carrying his own scars, his own story, and when Emily crashes into his life with that kiss, it's like two storms colliding. You're probably thinking, okay, so she kisses this guy to get back at her ex, but how does that turn into a new beginning? Great question, and I'm so glad you're asking, because that's the heart of this video. This isn't one of those predictable love stories you've seen a million times on YouTube. This is about revenge gone wrong, or maybe right. And the unexpected ways life can surprise you when you least expect it. You're going to see Emily and Lucas navigate a roller coaster of emotions, from fiery confrontations to moments so tender they'll make your heart ache. And I know you're curious. Heck, I would be too. So, keep watching, because I'm going to break it all down for you, and by the end, you'll be as obsessed with this story as I am. Let's set the scene a bit more, because I want you to feel like you're right there with Emily. It's a Friday night in Chicago, and the city's alive. Honking cars, laughter spilling out of bars, the crisp fall air making everything feel a little more electric. Emily's in this trendy bar called the Hideout, all exposed brick and dim lighting, the kind of place where secrets feel safe. She's not planning to do anything crazy. She's just there to drown her sorrows after finding out about Jake's betrayal. But when she sees Jake walk in with her, the friend who stabbed her in the back, something snaps. You know that feeling, right? When you're so mad you can't think straight, and all you want is to make the pain stop, even for a second. That's when Emily spots Lucas across the room, leaning against the bar, totally unaware of the chaos about to crash into him. She doesn't know his name, his story, or anything about him. She just knows he's not Jake, and that's enough. She marches over, grabs his jacket, and kisses him like it's the last thing she'll ever do. The bar fades away, the noise disappears, and for that one moment, it's just them. But here's where it gets juicy. When she pulls back expecting to slip away and leave him stunned, Lucas doesn't let her go. He looks at her, really looks at her, and says something that stops her dead in her tracks. What did he say? Oh, you want to know, don't you? I'm not telling you yet, because that's the kind of moment that makes this story so addictive, and you're going to have to stick around to find out. Here's the thing about stories like this. They're not just about the drama, though trust me, there's plenty of that. They're about what it means to be human, to mess up, to take risks, and to find hope when you thought it was gone for good. Emily's kiss isn't just about revenge. It's about reclaiming her power, about saying, I'm still here and I'm not done yet. And Lucas? He's not just a plot device. He's a mirror, reflecting parts of Emily she's forgotten about, parts she needs to rediscover. You're going to see themes of trust, redemption, and second chances woven through this story, and I know those hit home for so many of you watching. Maybe you've been betrayed like Emily, or maybe you've been the one making impulsive choices, hoping they'll lead somewhere better. Either way, this story's going to speak to you, because it's real, it's raw, and it's full of those, oh my gosh moments that make you want to text your best friend and talk about it. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to want to miss a single second of this video, because every twist, every revelation, is building toward an ending that'll blow your mind. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's keep going, because Emily and Lucas's story is just getting started. Let's talk about why this video is for you. You clicked on this because you love a good story, right? You love the drama, the romance, the what comes next tension that keeps you glued to the screen. Maybe you're into trending YouTube topics like revenge stories, romantic plot twists, or life-changing decisions. And this video's got all of that in spades. But more than that, it's about connecting with you on a deeper level. I know you've got your own stories, your own moments of heartbreak or triumph, and I want you to see yourself in Emily's journey. When she kisses Lucas, it's not just about her. It's about every time you've taken a leap of faith, hoping it'll lead somewhere amazing. And I'm not just here to tell you a story. I'm here to make you feel something, to make you laugh, gasp, and maybe even tear up a little. That's why I'm talking directly to you, because you're not just a viewer, you're part of this. You're the reason I'm sharing Emily and Lucas's story, and I promise if you stay with me, you're going to get every answer you're craving. What happens after that kiss? Does Emily get her revenge, or does it backfire? And who is Lucas, really? These are the questions burning in your mind right now, and I'm going to answer them, but you've got to stick around to the end to get the full picture. Now let's crank up the stakes a bit, because this story's about to take a turn. After that kiss, Emily thinks she's in control. She's made her point, flipped the script on Jake, and now she can walk away. But life's never that simple, is it? Lucas isn't just a bystander. He's got his own reasons for being at that bar, and that kiss? It stirred something in him, something he wasn't expecting. The next morning, Emily wakes up expecting to move on, to leave that reckless night behind her. But then she sees something that makes her heart stop. A message, a photo, or maybe even Lucas himself, standing at her door. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, because that's the cliffhanger you're going to be thinking about for the rest of this video. All I'll say is this: that kiss wasn't the end of Emily's story. It was the beginning of something much bigger, something that'll challenge everything she believes about love, trust, and herself. So, what's it going to be, my friend? Are you ready to find out what happens next? Keep watching, because the answers are coming, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss what's around the corner. Right where we left off, Emily's world is teetering on the edge of something she can't quite grasp. That kiss with Lucas, that reckless heat-of-the-moment act of revenge, was supposed to be her mic-drop moment. A way to shove Jake's betrayal back in his face and walk away with her head held high. But as she wakes up the next morning, her head pounding from one too many drinks and her heart still raw, she finds a notification on her phone that stops her cold. It's not a text from Jake, begging for forgiveness, or even a snarky message from her ex-best friend Mia, who'd been tangled up with Jake behind her back. No, it's something else entirely. A photo, sent from an unknown number, showing her and Lucas locked in that kiss at the hideout. The angle's blurry, snapped from across the bar, but there's no mistaking her face, or the intensity of the moment. Her stomach twists as she stares at the image, a flood of questions crashing over her. Who took this? Why would they send it to her? And more importantly, what do they want? You're probably feeling that same unease right now, aren't you? That prickly sensation of not knowing who's watching, or what their game is. That's exactly where Emily's at, and let me tell you, This is just the beginning of the mystery that's about to unravel in her life. You're not going to want to click away, because this story's about to get even juicier, with layers of drama, secrets, and those trending plot twist moments you love on YouTube. Let's step back for a second and get to know Emily a bit better, because she's not just some heartbroken girl making impulsive choices. She's got depth, dreams, and a past that's shaped her into the firecracker she is. Growing up in a small Illinois town, Emily was always the one who believed in big, messy, all-in love. Her parents' marriage was her blueprint. High school sweethearts who still held hands after 30 years, the kind of love that felt like a fairy tale. That's what she thought she'd found with Jake, a charming marketing exec who swept her off her feet with late-night pizza runs and promises of a future together. They'd been living together in their cozy Chicago apartment for a year, planning trips, picking out furniture, building a life. But Jake's late nights at work started stretching longer, his texts grew shorter, and Emily chalked it up to stress, until she walked in on him and Mia, her best friend since college, tangled up on their couch. The betrayal wasn't just romantic. It was personal, a double gut punch that left her questioning her judgment, her worth, everything. That's why that kiss with Lucas felt so powerful. It was Emily taking back control, even if just for a moment. But now, with this mysterious photo staring back at her, she's starting to wonder if she's opened a door she can't close. You can relate to that, right? That moment when you think you're in charge, only to realize the story's bigger than you thought. Stick with me, because Emily's about to dig deeper, and you're going to want to see what she uncovers. Now let's shift gears and talk about Lucas, because he's not just the handsome stranger Emily crashed into. He's got his own story, and it's adding a whole new layer of intrigue. Lucas grew up in a rougher part of Chicago, raised by a single mom who worked double shifts to keep the lights on. He's always been a bit of a lone wolf, channeling his energy into art and design, turning his pain into something beautiful. But Lucas is at the hideout that night for a reason, and it's not just to sip whiskey and people watch. He's there to meet someone, a contact tied to a project he's been working on, something he's kept under wraps, even from his closest friends. When Emily kisses him, it's not just a shock, it's a disruption, pulling him out of his carefully controlled world. But here's where it gets interesting. Lucas recognizes something in Emily, a spark of defiance that mirrors his own. That's why when she tries to slip away after the kiss, he stops her with a quiet, "You don't get to do that," and just walk away. Those words aren't just a challenge. They're a clue, a hint that Lucas knows more than he's letting on. You're probably wondering what he's hiding, aren't you? Is he connected to Jake somehow? Or is there something else entirely going on? I'm not going to spill it yet, because this is one of those romantic mystery moments that keeps you glued to the screen, and trust me, you're going to love where this goes. Let's add another layer to this story, because no good drama is complete without a subplot that keeps you guessing. Enter Mia, Emily's former best friend, who's not just a villain in this story. She's a wild card. Mia's always been the life of the party, the one who could charm anyone with a laugh and a wink. But beneath her bubbly exterior, there's a streak of insecurity, a need to be the center of attention that's driven a wedge between her and Emily over the years. When Mia started getting close to Jake, Emily brushed it off as harmless flirting, until it wasn't. Now, Mia's not just complicit in Jake's cheating. She's reveling in it, posting cryptic Instagram stories that seem to taunt Emily, all while playing the victim to their mutual friends. But here's the twist. Mia was at the hideout that night, too, watching from the sidelines as Emily kissed Lucas. Did she take that photo? Or is she tangled up in something bigger? Something that ties back to Lucas's secretive meeting? Mia's perspective adds a whole new angle to this story. One that's dripping with revenge drama and betrayal vibes that are trending all over YouTube right now. You're probably itching to know what her deal is, and I don't blame you. Her role in this mess is going to keep you on the edge of your seat. As Emily stares at that photo on her phone, the weight of the unknown presses down on her. She's not just dealing with a broken heart anymore. She's caught in a web of questions that's starting to feel dangerous. Who sent this photo, and what do they want? Is Lucas just a bystander, or does he know more than he's letting on? And what about Jake and Mia? Are they just cruel, or is there something else driving their betrayal? Emily's no detective, but she's not the type to sit back and let life happen to her. She starts digging, scrolling through her contacts, replaying the night in her head, trying to piece together the puzzle. But every step she takes seems to pull her deeper into a mystery she's not sure she's ready to face. You can feel the tension building, can't you? That, what happens next, energy that makes you want to keep watching. This isn't just about a kiss anymore. It's about secrets, hidden motives, and the kind of life-changing decisions that define who you are. Emily's about to make a choice that'll either set her free or pull her under, and you're not going to want to miss it. So, stay with me, because the next piece of this story is going to hit you like a ton of bricks, and I promise, it's worth every second. Emily sits on her couch, the mysterious photo of her kissing Lucas still glowing on her phone screen. The air in her Chicago apartment feels heavier, like the walls themselves are holding their breath. She's been betrayed, she's acted out, and now someone, some unknown shadow, has proof of her most impulsive moment. Her mind races, replaying that night at the hideout, searching for clues about who could have snapped that picture and why they're taunting her with it. Was it Mia, rubbing salt in the wound? Jake, trying to twist the narrative? Or someone else entirely? Someone who saw more than just a kiss? You're feeling that same itch, aren't you? That need to know who's pulling the strings in this revenge drama that's got all the makings of a viral YouTube story. Emily's not one to back down though. She's hurt, sure, but she's got fire in her, and she's determined to figure out what's going on. So she does what any of us might do. She texts the unknown number a simple, "Who is this?" Her heart pounds as the three little dots appear, then vanish, then appear again. When the reply finally comes, it's not what she expects. It's an address, a dive bar on the edge of the city, with a single instruction. Come alone. Tonight. You're hooked now, right? Because this is where things take a sharp turn, and trust me, you're not going to believe what's coming next in this plot twist-filled tale that's trending all over YouTube. Before Emily can even process the cryptic message, her phone buzzes again, but this time it's Lucas. Yeah, Lucas, the stranger she kissed, the guy who's been lingering in her thoughts more than she'd like to admit. After that night, they'd exchanged numbers in a blurry post-kiss haze, but she hadn't expected to hear from him so soon. His text is short but urgent. We need to talk about last night. Meet me at noon, coffee shop on Clark Street. Now Emily's caught in a tug of war, two mysterious summons, two paths that could lead to answers or more trouble. Lucas's message feels personal, like he's got something real to say, but that unknown number? It's got a darker edge, the kind of romantic mystery vibe that makes your skin crawl. You've been there, haven't you? Stuck between curiosity and caution, wondering which choice is going to change everything. Emily's gut tells her Lucas is her safest bet, so she heads to the coffee shop, her mind buzzing with questions. When she walks in, Lucas is already there, his crooked smile softer than she remembers, but his eyes are serious, like he's carrying a weight she can't see. He doesn't waste time. That kiss wasn't random, Emily. You need to know who I am. And just like that, the ground shifts beneath her. You're dying to know what he means, aren't you? Hold tight, because this is where the stakes skyrocket, and the story's about to throw you a curveball you won't see coming. Lucas leans across the table, his voice low, and drops a bombshell. He's not just a graphic designer with a knack for art. He's been working undercover, investigating a string of blackmail schemes tied to Chicago's nightlife. That night at the hideout? He was there to meet a source, someone with dirt on a network of people using compromising photos, like the one Emily got, to manipulate their targets. Her kiss, that spontaneous act of defiance, wasn't just a personal rebellion. It was caught in the crosshairs of something much bigger. Emily's head spins as she tries to process this. Lucas, the guy she thought was a random stranger, is tangled up in a world of secrets and danger? And worse, that photo means someone's watching her. Maybe even targeting her. You can feel the tension, can't you? That, caught in a web, feeling that's got all the drama of a trending suspense story on YouTube. But here's where it gets wild. Lucas thinks the photo wasn't sent to hurt her, it was sent to bait him. Someone out there knows he's getting close to cracking their scheme, and Emily's kiss made her an unwitting pawn in their game. She's not just dealing with a broken heart or a vengeful ex anymore. She's in the middle of a high-stakes cat-and-mouse chase, and she's got no idea who she can trust. You're probably screaming at the screen right now, wanting to know who's behind this and what they want. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you hanging, but I'm not spilling all the secrets just yet. Let's weave in Mia's subplot, because she's not sitting idly by while Emily's world unravels. Mia's been posting cryptic updates on social media, alluding to big changes and new beginnings with Jake, but there's something off about her confidence. Behind the scenes, Mia's starting to suspect Jake's not as committed to their new fling as he claims. He's been secretive, taking late-night calls and dodging questions about where he's been. Mia's insecurities, the ones that always drove her to outshine Emily, are creeping back, and she's starting to wonder if she's made a terrible mistake. What's more, she's been getting strange messages too. Not photos, but anonymous texts hinting that Jake's hiding something big. You're seeing the connections forming, aren't you? This betrayal subplot is layering on the intrigue, making you question everyone's motives. Was Mia at the hideout to gloat, or was she there for another reason? Maybe tied to the same blackmail scheme Lucas is chasing? Mia's not ready to confront Jake yet, but she's digging, and her path is about to collide with Emily's in a way that'll make your jaw drop. This is the kind of relationship drama that keeps you glued to YouTube, and trust me, it's only getting messier. As Emily leaves the coffee shop, Lucas's words echoing in her mind, she's torn. Part of her wants to run from this madness. Blackmail, undercover investigations, mysterious photos? It's too much. But another part, the part that kissed a stranger to reclaim her power, is ready to fight. She decides to go to that dive bar tonight, the one from the unknown number, because if someone's playing games with her life, she's not going down without answers. But here's the twist that's going to hit you like a freight train. When she walks into the bar, expecting a shady figure in a dark corner, she sees Jake. Yeah, her cheating ex, sitting at the bar, looking nervous and out of place. Their eyes lock, and for a split second, she thinks he's the one who sent the photo, but then he says something that flips everything upside down. Emily, I didn't send that picture. I got one too. You're feeling that shock right now, aren't you? That, what just happened rush that makes this story a must-watch. Jake's got his own photo, his own mysterious message, and suddenly, Emily's not sure if he's the villain she thought or another pawn in this twisted game. The stakes are higher than ever, the questions are piling up, and you're not going to want to miss what happens next. So keep watching, because this life-changing decision is about to push Emily and everyone around her to the brink, and the truth is closer than you think. Emily stands frozen in the dimly lit dive bar, the smell of stale beer and cigarette smoke clinging to the air, her eyes locked on Jake, her cheating ex, the last person she expected to see here. His words, I didn't send that picture. I got one too, hang between them like a live wire, crackling with the weight of a truth she's not sure she's ready to face. The bar's a gritty hole in the wall, far from the trendy vibe of the hideout, and the sparse crowd keeps their distance, leaving Emily and Jake in a bubble of tension. Her mind is a whirlwind, Lucas's revelation about the blackmail scheme, the mysterious photo of her kiss, the cryptic summons to this bar, and now Jake, looking rattled, claiming he's a victim too. You're right there with her, aren't you? Feeling that, what's really going on rush that makes this suspense story so addictive on YouTube. Emily's heart tells her to bolt, to get as far from Jake as possible, but her gut, the same one that led her to kiss Lucas, says the answers she's been chasing are here in this moment. She slides onto the bar stool next to him, her voice steady despite the chaos inside her, and demands, "Show me." Jake pulls out his phone, and sure enough, there's a photo, not of her and Lucas, but of him and Mia, caught in a compromising moment at a hotel. The message attached is eerily similar to hers. An address, this bar, and a warning to come alone. As they sit there, two exes bound by betrayal and now targeted by the same shadow, Emily realizes this isn't just about her revenge anymore. It's about unmasking a predator who's been playing them all. You're on the edge of your seat, right? Because this is where the story rockets toward its climax, and trust me, it's going to be a wild ride. Before Emily can press Jake further, the bar's door swings open, and in walks Lucas, his jaw tight and his eyes scanning the room. The sight of him sends a jolt through Emily. Not just because of the kiss they shared, but because his presence here now feels like a puzzle piece clicking into place. Lucas spots her with Jake and strides over. His voice low but urgent. Emily, you shouldn't be here. This is a setup. Jake bristles, clearly thrown by Lucas's intensity, and for a moment, the three of them are a tangled knot of suspicion and secrets. You're feeling the heat, aren't you? That romantic mystery vibe that's trending all over YouTube, where every glance, every word, could shift the story. Lucas explains that his investigation into the blackmail scheme has led him to this bar. His source tipped him off that the mastermind behind the photos would be here tonight, ready to confront their targets. Emily's mind races as she connects the dots. The photos weren't random. They were leverage, designed to manipulate her, Jake, and who knows how many others. But why? What's the end game? Before she can ask, a figure emerges from the back of the bar. A woman, mid-30s, with sharp features and a smile that's more predator than person. She introduces herself as Claire, a private investigator with a twisted side hustle, orchestrating blackmail schemes to ruin lives for profit. Claire's been watching Emily, Jake, and Mia, exploiting their messy relationships to create compromising moments she could sell to the highest bidder. whether it's a jealous ex, a rival, or even a tabloid. You're shocked, right? Because this plot twist reveals a villain who's been pulling strings from the shadows, and Emily's kiss with Lucas was just one piece of her cruel game. The climax hits like a thunderclap as Claire lays out her plan. She sent the photos to pit Emily and Jake against each other, hoping their drama would escalate into a public spectacle she could monetize. But Lucas's investigation threw a wrench in her scheme, and now she's here to tie up loose ends. She pulls out a flash drive, claiming it holds every photo, every piece of dirt she's collected, and offers a deal. Pay her a hefty sum, or she'll leak everything online, ruining their reputations. You can feel Emily's rage, can't you? That caught in a web moment where she's done being a pawn. She glances at Lucas, then at Jake, and something shifts inside her. This isn't just about revenge anymore. It's about taking back her life. In a move that surprises even herself, Emily lunges for the flash drive, knocking it from Claire's hand. The bar erupts into chaos. Jake tackles Claire as she tries to grab it back. Lucas dives for the drive, and Emily scrambles to help. It's a messy, heart-pounding brawl, the kind of life-changing decision scene that makes YouTube viewers hit the like button. Lucas manages to secure the drive, and with Jake's unexpected help, they pin Claire down until the police, tipped off by Lucas's source, storm in to arrest her. As Claire's dragged away, cursing, Emily feels a strange mix of relief and exhaustion. The blackmail scheme is over, the photos are safe, and for the first time in weeks, she can breathe. But you're not ready to wrap this up yet, are you? Because there's one final twist coming, and it's going to leave you speechless. With Claire in custody and the flash drive destroyed, Emily, Lucas, and Jake step out into the chilly Chicago night, the adrenaline still coursing through them. Jake tries to apologize, his voice shaky, but Emily cuts him off. She's not ready to forgive, not him, not Mia, but she's done letting their betrayal define her. Jake nods, almost relieved, and walks away, leaving Emily and Lucas alone under the streetlights. You're rooting for them, aren't you? That romantic plot twist moment where you hope the kiss that started it all leads to something real. Lucas takes her hand, his crooked smile back, and admits he's been drawn to her since that night. Not just because of the kiss, but because of her fire, her refusal to break. Emily feels it too, a spark of something new, something that could be a new beginning. They agree to start over, no secrets, no schemes, just two people figuring it out. It's the resolution you've been craving, right? The blackmailer's caught, the drama's settled, and Emily's found a path forward. But here's the final twist, the one that'll make this story stick with you. As Emily heads home, she checks her phone and finds a new message from Mia. It's not an apology, it's a screenshot of a text Mia sent to Claire weeks ago, begging her to target Emily to teach her a lesson. Mia wasn't just a bystander in the blackmail scheme. She was the one who set it in motion, driven by jealousy and spite. You're floored, aren't you? Because this betrayal reveal flips everything, showing just how deep Mia's resentment ran. As Emily deletes Mia's message, a weight lifts. She's not the naive girl who trusted too easily anymore. She's stronger, wiser, and ready to write her own story. The kiss that started as revenge became her turning point, leading her to Lucas, to truth, and to a version of herself she's proud of. You're feeling that closure, right? That satisfying ending vibe that makes you want to share this video with everyone you know. This story's about more than drama. It's about resilience, about how even the worst betrayals can spark something beautiful. Emily's learned that love, trust, and second chances aren't just fairy tales. They're choices, ones she's ready to make on her terms. As she walks through Chicago's glowing streets, Lucas by her side, you can't help but smile, because this is the kind of inspirational story that sticks with you. So, what's the takeaway? Life's messy, hearts get broken, but every choice, even a reckless kiss, can be a new beginning. Thanks for sticking with me through this wild ride, and if you loved this relationship drama, hit that subscribe button, because I've got more stories like this coming your way. You won't want to miss what's next.